Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to March. This is your host, Pritha Lal, and you are listening to my podcast, 5 Minutes of Authenticity with Pritha. If you have been here before, thank you so much for revisiting. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. I am an authenticity life coach. I work with individuals as they work towards their authentic selves during times of transition or change that can hit us at any time in our life. If you've been here before, you know I like to follow a theme, and so February was all about the courage to be seen, and we ended February with the preface to our story. And so no prizes for guessing. March, we are going to focus on rewriting the narrative, rewriting our story. And we shall do this in 5 episodes. I usually drop an episode every Monday, so do subscribe if you find this place interesting and leave me your thoughts and feelings so I know what you'd like me to focus on in the coming months. Let us start with this little activity. You don't have to stop what you're doing for it, but just take a breath with me wherever you are. If you're in your car, on your walk, in your kitchen, just pause for a moment. Because today we are going to talk about something that most of us never really question because we take it for granted, but it shapes everything and all that we aspire to be and become. So here is the thing. Many of us are walking around inside with narratives we never consciously chose for ourselves. We have been given our stories. We've been handed our roles sometimes because of family, because of culture, because of religion, just to survive, because of old versions of ourselves, because of people who needed us to be a certain way so they could feel safe. And because these stories were given to us so early and so quietly, it has become inherent and implicit in us, and we mistake them to be our own truth. And so we think, this is who I am. This is just how life works. This is what people like me to do. People see me as a person who is always agreeable. So this is how I'm going to be. I'm not going to stir the pot. People see me as extremely sensitive, and I will just use that as a shield and not tell people that, you know what, that is my superpower. I'm currently working with someone in one of my workshops, and she was so brave to say that, Pritha, my authentic self is I am highly sensitive. And I wanted to clarify if she meant that as in a positive or a negative note. And she said, no, for a very long time, I have seen that as a negative. But no, today I realize that is who I am. I am so empathic. I care about what people think and feel. And yes, I do need to put my boundaries up, but this is who I am. This is my story. So many of us are going through life, living in a story, living in a chapter that has been opened for us, the book has been given to us, and we have been not given the privilege of writing it or changing certain narratives. Let me tell you something that I have learned again and again, not this in myself, but also seen this in people in different generations. You can be incredibly smart, incredibly self-aware, phenomenally intuitive, and yet be living inside a narrative that isn't yours. Because narratives are sneaky. They don't announce themselves. They just kind of just whisper in, and they just blend into your persona. They feel familiar, and familiarity often feels like truth just because you know what it is. But fact is, familiarity is not always truth. It is just repetition. And when you keep saying the same thing over and over again, you think that is who you are and that is your truth. Today, I want you to ask a simple question of yourself, one that might feel uncomfortable, but ask this in the most compassionate, kind, intentional, and mindful way. Whose story have you been living? Is it the story of the good daughter, the obedient son, the forever reliable one, the strong one, the quiet one, the forever successful one, the one who does not rock the boat? Is it the story of someone who learned early on that shrinking was safer than shining, that it was much easier to please than to disappoint, that being quiet was safer than being misunderstood. I was once doing a workshop on authenticity in person, not online, and there's an activity that we do where I have the participants erase paint from a stone, and it's a fun activity. And I remember this one lady who is a single mom. She was rubbing off the paint and she saw the words, she could see a part of the word, and there was an activity that went with it, but she saw the word STR, and she kept the stone down and she said, "You know what, Pritha, I'm not going to erase the rest of it." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because it's either strong or it's strength. And that is who I am. That is who I have to be every single day of my life. That is my story. And I'm so tired of it because I want to cry. I want to feel tired. I want to tell my children that, you know what, I cannot go out today with you guys, or I cannot do X, Y, and Z." But that is the story she has inherited. And her situation in life, and like so many of our own situations, they are not always very easy to change. What I'm trying to do today is just to create a small step of awareness, because awareness is the first step if you really want to rewrite your narrative. You know, sometimes we don't want to change the story, and I'm no one to ask you to do that, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we want to look back and say, okay, who am I? Where did I get lost in the process? Most of the people who I talk to, because I focus on authenticity, have this one persistent nagging thought is, where did I go? What happened to the woman or the man in the mirror, right? You don't have to change anything today. I'm not asking you to do that. You don't have to make a big decision. You don't even have to burn down the old story. Heck no, it makes you who you are. Celebrate it. Be proud of who you are today. But you just have to notice and be aware and kind of admit to yourself if that story is indeed your own. Because once you see the story, you can question it. And once you can question it, you can choose differently. And once you can believe that you can choose differently, you begin to write a story that actually fits the person you are becoming, instead of staying behind the mask of a person you were inheriting from a situation or a circumstance. So your invitation today is very simple, friends. Notice the story you're living. Notice where it came from. Notice whether it still fits. Are you still feeling comfortable, or does it feel constrained? Are you claustrophobic in it? Or does it feel completely alien to who you are? And you know what? If it doesn't, if nothing resonates this time, don't worry about it. This whole month, we are going to walk through the process of rewriting a story that may feel a little unfamiliar today, that we have become so used to that we may want to rewrite it. We may want to change it. We may want to add in a little bit or take away some. One page at a time, one truth at a time, one brave breath at a time. Welcome to March, my friends. Welcome to rewriting the narrative. Welcome to the beginning of your new story. Until next time, this is Pritha. You were listening to 5 Minutes of Authenticity. Thank you.